Well, here we are on a freezing cold day at Clattercote Reservoir near Banbury. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what on earth are we doing out fishing in these conditions? It's freezing cold, there's actually freezing fog, and overnight temperatures have been down to about -4. The water isn't frozen, so we can still get a rig in. But what is tough at this time of year is actually getting a bite. Now, I've fished these big reservoir waters for many years, and I've often found that a method feeder approach is one of the best ways to target these large expanses of water. Today we're actually after carp today, but we've been fortunate enough to get in amongst a few bream to start with, which is nice, and hopefully the carp will follow shortly. Now what I want to show you today is something a bit different. A lot of people use micro pellets and ground bait on the feeder, but I've actually been using boilie crumb, and it's no ordinary boilie crumb. It's actually fluorescent pink boilie crumb. It's super visual. As soon as I got this one out, I'll show you a little bit about what I'm doing. Right, you might just be able to see the hook bait in the corner of this one's mouth. I'll just bring it out to show you. Proof that what we're doing is actually working. No smoke and mirrors here. It's certainly lively. So there we go. You just see that real visual hook bait there. Large method feeder, black hydroelastic, 4-inch hook length, nothing out of the ordinary. But let's have a look at the bait, because that is something a little bit special. Let's pop this one in the keep net. So, ever so simple setup, but this is the real crux of what we're doing. See how visual that is? And all that is Solar, the secret. It's actually a fruit blend frozen boilie. Now what I've done is just crumbed it up in a nut grinder, and it goes around the feeder perfect. So instead of using ground bait, micro pellets, this is what we've got. Straight away you can see how visual that is, and hopefully we're going to attract the attentions of those lethargic winter fish. The rig's ever so simple, as I showed you. Hook baits, again, really visual. The aim is really just to catch the fish's attention this cold time of year. Bream in particular, a great winter species. A lot of waters hold a great head of bream now. They're perfect to target at this time of year. Now, clip another feeder on, get back out there. Hopefully we'll get in amongst a carp or two. Well, we're a little bit further into the session. I've had 5 or maybe even 6 bream now, all on the fluoro mix on the method. But this is the bite we were looking for. I'm just stood up there behind my box, twiddling my thumbs, having a drink. The rods just flew round, and we're into a carp. So just proof that persistence and patience does pay off. And it's always worth in winter as well, making sure that you're really confident about what you're doing. There's nothing worse than sitting there thinking, am I doing it right? Is my rig tangled? Get everything right, bring all the small elements together, and sit there 100% confident the rod's going to go round. You can see in front of us the fog hasn't lifted, it's actually got even worse. We can't even see the far bank of the lake, it's that bad now. But nevertheless, in sub-zero temperatures, we've managed to snare a lovely little common carp for the cameras. And he's certainly still spirited. This water is absolutely freezing, as you'd imagine at this time of year. But it just goes to show you, instead of sitting in front of the fire or tucked up in bed, you can be out on the bank enjoying a nice bit of winter action like this. Here he comes. Lovely. Yes! And that's what we came here for. What a beauty. Let's have a little look at him. Well, what a result. I've just noticed up my rod, this is how cold it is, look. My rings have started to freeze. Just shows it is possible to catch carp even when it's really cold. I'm over the moon with this one. It's certainly not the biggest in here, but that's a fantastic winter result thanks to Solar Secret boilie crumb round a method feeder. Brilliant.